Welcome to American Medicine Today, presented by the Bonati Spine Institute, featuring the internationally acclaimed inventor of the Bonati spine procedures, Alfred Bonati, MD. Now here along with Dr. Bonati, your host, Kimberly Brumell.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for American Medicine Today. I'm Kimberly Brumell. We have executive producer of AM Tampa Bay, our good friend Ethan Euchre.
Glad to be here.
TV and radio senior fellow Jeff Wagstaff.
Glad to be anywhere.
And across from me, world-renowned orthopedic surgeon joins us once again. Say hello to Dr. Alfred Bonati of the Bonati Spine Institute.
Welcome.
Well, you've heard week after week from patients about their miraculous recovery after receiving a Bonati spine procedure. And the reason that's so is because they're exactly able to pinpoint the pathology, the true root of the pain. And unlike other imitators that are out there that try to claim they do what we do, they instead tend to try to target maybe a symptom, but not really the root of the problem. And that's what makes the Bonati spine procedures so successful. And he was the one that invented minimally invasive laser spine surgery. There was nothing like that available on the market until him. There was only invasive open back surgeries. So with that said, do things right the first time and research and seek us out, the Bonati Spine Institute at 7315 Hudson Avenue.
Well, time and time again, week after week, we talk to patients that, you know, had they known to come to Dr. Bonati first, it would have saved a whole lot of pain and heartache because, you know, we've had people that went to as many as 10, 15 different specialists and doctors, and we're told anything from here's what we can do, but it's really invasive, to there's nothing we can do.
Exactly, and here's pain meds.
And probably all his life, because if you look from 17 to 33, all the productivity and all the exercises and everything that he was prepared for was thrown to the garbage can. The guy now is trying to teach his children because they love to hockey, but he maybe is a person who lost.
Dr. Bonati is actually referring to a patient that we had on last week. So if you guys were listening, you know that there were quite a few years that went by where this gentleman was in an extreme amount of pain, but fortunately, through the help of the Bonati spine procedures, we're good. On today's show, we are going to be speaking with, and forgive me, I think his name is
Dr. Christopher Moore?
Dr. Christopher Moore, yes, and he's going to be talking about the top
Things that men want.
Yes.
Yeah, it's mostly health related, but like I said, I think there's a much longer list of things that men want. But
How do you narrow it to 5?
I guess he's narrowed it to 5 somehow, so we'll it'll be interesting to see what those 5 are.
And up in our first segment, we have our Back to Life story. We have patient Debbie Pearl on the phone. She's from Pleasantville, Tennessee, and she is here to talk about her experience at the Bonati Spine Institute. So welcome to the program, Debbie, and thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm delighted to get to share my story.
Oh, we couldn't wait to talk to you. So why don't you kind of tell us what the onset of your pain was? Do you know, did it stem from anything degenerative, or were you in an accident?
Yes, when I was 22, I had a minor accident that really threw my whole spine off. And from that point on, I started having pain. And then, of course, I went to chiropractors for years and years, and it gradually became a degenerative disease, and stenosis set in, and I would go to, try to get help, wear collars. I just did everything I could do until finally I just couldn't bear it anymore. It just got so bad.
What type of pain were you feeling? What was it, radiating, numbness? If you can describe that for us.
Yeah, I try to tell people, I'm a professional writer, so it seems like I could come up with a word that would describe my pain, but the closest I can come up, it was like a roar in the back of my head, and it was basically at nighttime, and it was just such intense pain, so I was awake a lot, and I don't do well with medication, so I never would take pain medicine, so that means you're awake a lot. And as long as I was active during the day, and I'm a very active person, I could make it okay, but the night times were rough.
That sounds tough.
And so did this pain, Debbie, did it limit your activities? Did it affect your job, your work life in any way?
It it did. See, I'm a professional writer. My books are international, you know. So you have to keep producing when you are a writer, or you lose your audience. So it got to where I was just struggling to keep putting out new books. My big book is Created to be His Helpmeet, and it's gone into like 12 different languages. So, you know, I need to stay with it. And finally, I would literally sit in my computer in a sling that a chiropractor provided for me, and the chiropractor kept saying, you need to go see a neurosurgeon.
So how long, Debbie, did you suffer in pain before you decided to do something?
Years.
How long?
I'm 40 years. I'm 63 years old.
Well,
I waited a long, long time, and I went to see several neurosurgeons, which they all said major surgery, or either they wanted to do blocks of some kind to keep the pain down. But you know, I just didn't think that was the answer.
Well, Debbie, what led you to Dr. Bonati and the Bonati Spine Institute?
I decided to just start doing research. I knew there had to be something out there. So I found 2 or 3 places that did stuff like what y'all offer, but I just had something that just didn't ring true, because you know, the men doing the surgery weren't neurosurgeons, for one thing, and I have to say that even when I found the Bonati Institute, I didn't just decide, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I was convinced enough to fly down there and spend 2 days sitting in the lobby and talking to the before and after patients. And I met young people that had been in car accidents. I met a soldier. I met older people. You know, everybody had a different story, but every single person that I met for 2 days came out glad they had had the surgery.
Yeah, that's really cool, Debbie, and you bring up a good point. And for instance, Dr. Bonati was referencing a guest that we had on as a patient last week, and a 33-year-old guy. I mean, I'm 35, so I can't imagine having to go through that. But the whole point is, pain doesn't know age, you know?
That's right. I was amazed how many young people were down there. At the time, I was the oldest person there.
Oh, wow.
So it wasn't it's not a disease that hits old people. You have any kind of accident, and you know, I wish I had done this years before, because it was like I had my life back. I felt like I'd lost 25 years of life. I mean, I was just like, the first morning I woke up after I had surgery, I realized the whole night had passed. And I didn't have any pain. It was like so odd to wake up and know that 8 hours were over, and I didn't even know that they were there.
Well, sounds like you slept through the night.
I slept all the way through the whole night, and I have ever since. I just sleep all the way through the night, just like people are supposed to. But it had been so many years that I didn't even think that it was possible again.
Well, clearly, Debbie, we know the end result already, because you jumped ahead to the end of the book. But what I want to back up just for a quick second is you spent some time interviewing people that have been through the procedure. What was your procedure like?
Oh, I love my procedure. I had no idea that I was going to get to watch.
Yeah.
And that was just absolutely the most fascinating. I was just delighted. I would almost pay to get to watch to do it again. It was just so wonderful to get to see. You get to be a part of the situation.
Yeah, and
you get to see that it is, you know, it's your life. So I mean, not everybody is wanting to be a part of what's happening, but it was very good for me. I just loved it.
Debbie, after being here, I see that you had your procedure done at the end of January. How are you feeling now?
I'm doing very well. I have so much more energy because I sleep all night, and I never did have to take any medication. They gave me pain medication just in case I would need it, but I never even had any pain. I needed the pain medication before the surgery, not after. So, yeah, I've been telling everybody that, don't live with the pain, know, and I'm sorry that I was so skeptical, but I am thankful that I did look and look and look until I found the right place to go to. And I love the people there. They were so gracious. They took care of you. You didn't feel vulnerable or out of place or, where am I supposed to go and what am I supposed to do next? It was very well organized.
So after...
But at my age, that's important to me, to have a comfortable, situation come forward.
Well, another success story. I'm assuming, Debbie, that you would recommend the Bonati spine procedure to others that are in pain?
Oh, I already recommend it to everybody I meet. So
very nice.
It's amazing to me too. I look around my house and I have a collar for this and a collar for that and a thing to put under my head for when I watch TV and when I sit at my computer and when I drive and and I just put them all in a big bag and got rid of them.
Well, that's great.
It's such a blessing. I am so thankful, and I hope that anybody listening to this will not wait as long as I did.
Thank you, Debbie. We truly appreciate your time. Thank you for taking part in the program, and continued good health.
Okay, thank you. I hope I'll get to see y'all sometime.
Absolutely.
Not have surgery.
Absolutely.
Right. Thanks a lot,
care.
Debbie. Have a great one.
Thank you, Debbie.
You are listening to News Radio 970 WFLA. After the break, you'll hear more on American Medicine Today. Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail. The Bonati Spine Institute is proud to announce more than a 94% patient-reported success rate in over 45,000 patent-protected spine surgical procedures. Call us today at 855-267-0483 or visit us at bonati.com.
All my pain is gone. Gone.
Today I am totally pain-free. Nothing. No after effect.
I'm pain-free, and I have had to take any pain medication.
Today I am pain-free for the first time in over a year, and it is so awesome.
I only wish I'd known about it earlier. Right now, I am completely without pain.
Sitting here in this office right now, pain-free, eager to enjoy the rest of my life.
I am feeling great.
I feel 100% better, like a new person.
Today I feel absolutely fantastic. It's just incredible, the relief I feel right now.
Today I'm completely pain-free.
During the procedure, I literally felt the pain melt away. It was fantastic.
I feel so good.
It took care of my headaches instantly.
It's incredible. It's really incredible.
It gave me my life back.
It's just wonderful.
I feel fantastic.
It is just absolutely amazing.
So I'm hoping to be climbing hills in a few weeks.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
You're listening to American Medicine Today, presented by the Bonati Spine Institute, featuring the internationally acclaimed inventor of the Bonati spine procedures, Alfred Bonati, MD. Once again, here are Dr. Bonati and your host, Kimberly Brummel.
Thanks for tuning in to American Medicine Today, presented by the Bonati Spine Institute. I'm Kimberly Brummel, joined by Dr. Alfred Bonati, Ethan Euchre, and Jeff Wagstaff. Now, there was something that I saw online, and I'm going to read it to you from my cell phone, but it's a report by Fox News Insider, and it says that up to 40 veterans died while waiting for appointments in Arizona. Now, I preface this story by saying Dr. Bonati was asked to be a guest on another radio program, and he was interviewed by Malcolm of Malcolm Out Loud, a nationally syndicated program. And what Dr. Bonati had discussed, and he had done the comparison between Obamacare and veteran care, healthcare. And it was just amazing that about a week or so later that this is one of the lead stories on Fox News. 40 veterans die while waiting for appointments in Arizona. And apparently Arizona Senators John McCain and Jeff Flake are calling for a Senate investigation and hearings on this shocking report about what happened at the Phoenix VA Medical Center. Apparently, veterans from that office felt that the VA was waiting or hoping that they would die in order to relieve some of the overburden of the system. Is that astonishing? That's insane. And we're supposed to treat these guys as heroes, and then they come back from overseas injured, and they're left to die before they can get care. And the worst part of it is that, don't tell me that the politicians don't know that. What happened is they are right now jumping on the bit here. Both sides are to blame. Yeah, because what really happened is they know this. They know that this is bad, and they know that the health care of the Veterans Administration is terrible. But what's the root cause of it, though? I mean, it's socialized medicine and bureaucracy. I remember, bureaucracy, but socialized medicine is bureaucracy. What I remember from my training, I remember that we have a patient that had a brain surgery, and we need to put a pressure to measure the expansion of the blood system or the pressure in the brain through the night after the brain surgery. And this individual, we put orders there that we said the patient needs to be between those two limits, and at the same time, we said we need to be called if any of these parameters change. Well, I remember they call us the next day and say, patient's dead. Wow. And we raised hell. And we did. Let me tell you this. You can fire these people. The nurses that they are working for the Veteran Administration are people that they are gods. The individuals that they work there, from the cleaning crew till the physicians, they cannot be fired because they work for the government. What type of healthcare is this? And this is going to happen with all the other healthcare that happens in the nation. Dr. Bonati, if you don't mind me reading this, but it said, according to a report by CNN, a former VA doctor in the Phoenix system spoke of a secret waiting list used by senior management to conceal the fact that 1,400 to 1,600 sick veterans were forced to wait months to see doctors. That's just unreal. Unbelievable that this is the care, not only that we think is going to happen to the rest of the United States, but this is what is currently happening to our own veterans. You know, I didn't know that we were going to talk about this today. And it kind of is hitting a nerve with me. My father-in-law is a disabled veteran. So when we moved here to the Tampa Bay area, it was great to be closer to family, to, spend holidays and things of that nature. I have been appalled at the level of not only the health care within the Veterans Administration, but the support that these veterans receive back, in this case, he was in the Air Force. The lack of support, the lack of respect, outside of health care. We went to a military facility here in the greater Tampa Bay area for a holiday dinner with veteran officers and their families around the holidays. You would think that that would be something that would be well done, might be nice. These are guys who gave life and limb. They're patriots for our country.
It was like going to the worst school cafeteria meal you'd ever had.
Really?
I just from healthcare to the support they receive day to day, it's just appalling the way we treat our veterans.
People don't want to understand. The government cannot do the job. And the worst part of it is that medicine is the scapegoat for politicians to be elected. They talk about how much wonder they're going to do with the VA, how much free health care are going to give to the people. They lie to you in the most horrendous way, but when you really are the person exposed to that service, you just die. You just go and feel not only mistreated, abused, and disrespected. And the worst part of it is when you do that, you have nobody to listen, because the guy who's responsible for that cannot be fired. And the elements that they get to your congressman or to your senator to answer, those people are so much involved in selling their product to be reelected that they are totally corrupted. Then that means they are not going to help you. Do you think that McCain is going to talk about the VA problems there and trying to now know and feel totally involved in that? That is a BS. This guy knows that. This understands very well that. He was part of the system. He was a veteran, so he knows that. The major trouble with it is they don't care. We cannot have a system served in medicine by politicians. We cannot continue with this. We need to have term limits, and that's what we need to have.
Well, I think there's a direct comparison to our current elderly seniors and others waiting in long lines as we implement Obamacare. The death of America. You are obsolete, too old, and worthless. Should the panel decide? And just how widespread will the corruption be? Cooking the books and using 2 sets of books to hide the info. I certainly see the parallel.
Well, we're up against a break. Pretty cool guest coming up this next segment, Dr. Christopher Moore.
5 things that men want.
5 things that men want, and I've been saying it all along. That list is a mile long, but he's somehow boiled it down to just 5. So, and it's all health related. And we'll get
I'm seeing the list, and really the best part is not there.
We'll have more after the break. You're listening to News Radio 970 WFLA. Stay tuned. We'll have that list of 5 coming up next. News Radio 970 WFLA. Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonatti spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonatti succeeds where others fail. The Bonatti Spine Institute is proud to announce more than a 94% patient-reported success rate in over 45,000 patent-protected spine surgical procedures. Call us today at 855-267-0483 or visit us at Bonatti.com.
All my pain is gone. Gone.
Today I am totally pain-free. Nothing. No after effect.
I'm pain-free, and I have had to take any pain medication.
Today I am pain-free for the first time in over a year, and it is so awesome.
I only wish I'd known about it earlier. Right now, I am completely without pain.
Sitting here in this office right now, pain-free, eager to enjoy the rest of my life.
I am feeling great.
I feel 100% better, like a new person.
Today I feel absolutely fantastic. It's just incredible, the relief I feel right now.
Today I'm completely pain-free.
During the procedure, I literally felt the pain melt away. It was fantastic.
I feel so good.
It took care of my headaches instantly.
It's incredible. It's really incredible. It gave me my life back.
It's just wonderful.
I feel fantastic.
It is just absolutely amazing.
So I'm hoping to be climbing hills in a few weeks.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
You're listening to American Medicine Today, presented by the Bonati Spine Institute, featuring the internationally acclaimed inventor of the Bonati spine procedures, Alfred Bonati, MD. Once again, here are Dr. Bonati and your host, Kimberly Brumell.
Thank you for joining us for American Medicine Today, brought to you by the Bonati Spine Institute. I'm Kimberly Brumell, along with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. Alfred Bonati, Ethan Euchre, and Jeff Wagstaff. On the line, we have Dr. Christopher Moore, sports nutrition advisor for Men's Fitness Magazine and consultant to the Discovery Health Channel. He is on the line to discuss 5 things that men want.
I think there's a lot more than 5, by the way. But Dr. Moore, thanks for joining us. How are you this afternoon?
I'm great. How you guys doing?
We're doing well. So detail, let's get right started. What are some of the 5 of the thousands of things that men want?
Right.
Where do we start?
Okay, guys, for the sake of time, we'll stick to 5, but like you said, we can go on forever.
Exactly.
Yes, we can.
I'll say the first one. This is men, women, and alike, having more energy.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone would like more energy, and again, there's fortunately ways to do it, but we all certainly need and want more energy. Everybody.
Well, what's really what I find difficult, especially being a morning radio producer, is I keep some pretty crazy hours. I mean, for 10 years, I basically slept in shifts where I was up at 2 a.m. and I would get home around noon, sleep for 2 hours, get back up, stay up until 10 o'clock at night, sleep for 4 hours, and do it all over again. So you get really drained really easy doing that. And, aside from being addicted to coffee, there's really, these energy drinks and things like that, which probably aren't very good for you. What are some good tips on having more energy? What can we do?
Right. Well, number one, we've all heard this, but it's sleep more. Get more sleep. Get quality sleep, not just more. I think it's so important that we've all heard, you should sleep 8 hours a day, and people, usually just turn their heads away. I think there's no chance I can do that.
No.
But we're burning the candle at both ends, trying to work, spend time with family and kids and friends and so on. But we need to actually, we need to take a step back, 30 minutes more a night or an hour a night, get that sleep, get quality sleep, turning off electronics and all the basic things you've heard about. But it is crucial if you want to actually feel like a human the next day.
You know what helps you get more sleep? Not living by train tracks. That just made me think of that.
That certainly helps.
Or airports.
I just bought, the wife and I just bought a new condo over in Ybor City, and it's right next to the train tracks. And they failed to tell us that it was next to train tracks, and the trains love to come through around 2 a.m., then at 4 a.m. every night. That's a thing of beauty. What about like vitamins and supplements and things like that? I know I'm a bit anemic. My iron count is low, and I found that when I remember to take my iron, I tend to have more energy. Are there supplements and things like that can help?
Oh, absolutely. If you have, especially if you're anemic, you have that some type of deficiency or insufficiency, I should say. Absolutely, something like that. In that case, in particular, iron will absolutely help. And of course, supplements, but then also looking at the diet and where we can get getting enough foods, quality foods. So where do we get iron from the diet? So eating some quality sources of iron, meat and fish and chicken and so on. And then, of course, there's some vegetarian sources as well. So a bunch of different options, but making sure, again, that you're getting enough of everything in a nice balance.
Dr. Moore, thanks for joining us again today. It seems like the cure-all now for any man that's over 30 or 35 that has low energy, you must have low T. How do you feel about that?
Possibly. I don't think that's a worldwide trend. Everyone's testosterone is suddenly plummeting. I think there's lots of other things we can do. I mean, I guess, of course, as we age, your testosterone does naturally decrease, but there's a lot of other lifestyle changes we can make without, adding in testosterone or something else to try to boost it back up to when you're, 18 or whatever it may be. So looking at a lot of the other lifestyle things that we've touched on can certainly boost up that energy. Exercise is another one that can actually increase testosterone, can also, certainly increase your energy. But so many people, think I'm too tired to exercise. Well, in fact, the opposite can happen. If you feel too tired to exercise, that can actually become a vicious cycle. So we need to actually make sure we're getting that exercise in to help give more energy.
I actually had this conversation with the wife literally last night about testosterone. And she's like, you don't need testosterone. I go, how do you know? I'm tired all the time. And, we have these spots that air on the radio station that are like, men, are you tired? You might need testosterone. And I'm thinking, I'm buying into it. I'm thinking, she's like, you're too young for that. But, I'm going to be 35. Is that when you start to see the decline, is that the age that you start to see decline in testosterone and you might need it?
Yeah, I mean, it starts to be as we get into our mid 30s and then early 40s and so on is when that decline starts to happen. But you know what? Things like there's actually some great data with eating healthy fats actually can boost testosterone. Exercise and the resistance training in particular can boost testosterone. Sure, not as much as actually taking actual testosterone and getting going to a doctor for testosterone. But those kinds of things, the eating healthy fats, exercising and resistance training in particular, can all go a long way in terms of the other health benefits as well.
Where do you even get testosterone? Like, can I go to some guy on the corner and say, dude, give me some of the good testosterone?
You probably could, but it may not be what you actually want.
It's not the pure stuff.
But you can go and get there's a lot of physicians you can go and of course get that tested like any blood marker. Get that tested, and if you actually have clinically low testosterone or deficiency, you could have certainly get a prescription for that. I mean, over-the-counter stuff isn't really effective, to be honest.
Creams, pills, patches.
Well, Dr. Moore, how you explain that I leave my bed around 5 o'clock in the morning, I go to the gym, I exercise, and then I go to work, and I come back home around maybe 7 o'clock. More I work, more energy I have.
Dr. Bonati has laryngitis, by the way. Little disclaimer.
We'll call him Froggy today.
See, I don't have even time to have sickness on me. I continue going.
You're a beast. So, Dr. Moore.
That's what it is. You must be a beast.
There you go. Beast mode.
But again, you have that mentality, and then hopefully that when you do have downtime, when you're home at 7 o'clock, you do actually take some time for yourself. But again, I think the more you have going on, usually the more alert you are, and you see that with the elderly, for example. And I see this with my parents. My parents are both retired. My dad, who was an FBI agent for 35 years, so super active and super mentally engaged and everything else. He's now retired, and I see that with him, and it's so common across the board. It's not just one person. It's an anecdotal story, but the less you do, the less energy you have. Again, you start getting out of that routine of that day-to-day stuff, exercise and work and mental challenges and so on, and you can go downhill very, very quickly.
Again, we're talking to Dr. Christopher Moore, sports nutrition advisor for Men's Fitness Magazine. Pretty cool topic here. 5 things men want. Again, I think the list is much longer than that. But number 2 on the list, and being a family-friendly program here, we'll speak in euphemisms. But
intimacy?
You're saying that men want to be more intimate in the bedroom.
There you go. Yes, for sure. And you know what?
I think that spans both sexes, but
women want that too. She's saying women want that too. It's not just men.
Exactly. It's not unique to men, but and it's healthy in terms of for an overall healthy life. So the key is, how can we have a more intimate life? And one study that came out that intrigued me actually was looking at came out of Harvard and looking at those men who ate oily fish a few times a week had lower rates of prostate cancer. Now I bring that up because prostate cancer can certainly affect your intimacy. So if you can actually, if you can reduce the risk by doing something like eating oily fish, and again, we talked about how that could actually increase testosterone as well, the healthy fats, that could play a role as well. So these all these lifestyle tips and strategies, exercise and sleep and oily fish and healthy diet can play a big role in so many aspects of your life.
So more energy, a healthy sex life. What's number 3, Dr. Moore?
Number 3 is a sharper mind. You know, as we age, unfortunately, it's very common, especially the less we do, we start to get into that our minds are starting to kind of almost wear out, for lack of a better term. And, you know, so we need to stay engaged mentally in so many aspects, whether you're currently working great or if you're retired, staying engaged in other aspects. So, you know, reading and turning off
puzzles,
the TV, getting away from electronics, and then certainly going back to diet.
Tetris.
Eating that goes back to oily fish, the omega-3s. They are the primary fat within our brain. We need to make sure we get enough of those.
Absolutely. And Dr. Moore, we got about 2 minutes left, and I know we have a few left on the list here.
Can we skip ahead to number 5, healthy relationships?
We can do whatever you want, Kimberly.
You're in charge, right?
Yeah.
Well, healthy relationships, I've read in the past that men that kiss their loved ones in the morning, they tend to lead healthier, happier lives. What do you think about
Pretty
that?
interesting, right? There's study after study shows those who have more engaged relationships, and honestly, you know, with people, with kids, with spouses, with coworkers, in terms of any kind of engagement, even with pets. Those who have pets usually have lower blood pressure, lower rates of heart disease, or any kind of relationships, engagement that you have.
I disagree with that, Dr. Moore. The wife just bought a new kitten, and the little bugger keeps me up all night, walking all over my head. And
so the plan is backfiring.
Come on,
you live next to
earplugs.
train tracks, and you have a cat that keeps you up.
It's ridiculous. I'm burning the candle at every end, and I do not have low blood pressure. All right, got about a minute left. Anything else you'd like to add, Dr. Moore?
You know, honestly, I think it's just important to get moving. If you could do one thing today that can help you, it's literally just stand up right now, move around a little bit. It doesn't have to be the structured exercise, which of course is important, but just get some type of movement in. So important that I encourage people to do that as much as you possibly can.
What's the positioning statement? I don't even know the product, but it's a body in motion stays in motion.
That's Newton's law.
Absolutely. Like I said, I don't even know what that product is, but it's true. Again, it's amazing. If you take your your heart rate, you take your pulse when you're sitting, and then stand up and take your pulse immediately. Don't wait any time. It will actually just increase with that small amount of movement right there.
Wow. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Moore, for being on the program. We certainly hope to bring you back. You're always an interesting interview. So thank you so much for your time. Take care.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great day, Dr. Moore.
You're listening to American Medicine Today on News Radio 970 WFLA. Coming up after the break, we're going to hear from Dr. Alfred Bonati about what's new in American medicine today. We'll see you on the flip side of the break. 970 WFLA. Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail. The Bonati Spine Institute is proud to announce more than a 94% patient-reported success rate in over 45,000 patent-protected spine surgical procedures. Call us today at 855-267-0483 or visit us at bonati.com.
All my pain is gone. Gone.
Today I am totally pain-free. Nothing. No after effect.
I'm pain-free, and I have had to take any pain medication.
Today I am pain-free for the first time in over a year, and it is so awesome.
I only wish I'd known about it earlier. Right now, I am completely without pain.
Sitting here in this office right now, pain-free, eager to enjoy the rest of my life.
I am feeling great.
I feel 100% better, like a new person.
Today I feel absolutely fantastic. It's just incredible, the relief I feel right now.
Today I'm completely pain-free.
During the procedure, I literally felt the pain melt away. It was fantastic.
I feel so good.
It took care of my headaches instantly.
It's incredible. It's really incredible.
It gave me my life back.
It's just wonderful. I feel fantastic.
It is just absolutely amazing.
So I'm hoping to be climbing hills in a few weeks.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
You're listening to American Medicine Today, presented by the Bonati Spine Institute, featuring the internationally acclaimed inventor of the Bonati spine procedures, Alfred Bonati, MD. Once again, here are Dr. Bonati and your host, Kimberly Brumell.
Thanks for tuning in to American Medicine Today, presented by the Bonati Spine Institute. I'm Kimberly Brumell, joined by Dr. Alfred Bonati of the Bonati Spine Institute, Ethan Euchre, and Jeff Wagstaff. We're going to head to Dr. Bonati and find out what's new in American medicine today, the pros and cons of term limits.
Let's look at what's new in medicine today, featuring Alfred Bonati, MD.
It's all you, sir.
Well, let me talk about the arguments that we have today, and let's talk about term limits. I really don't want that you misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm a person that works all my life with common sense. I always think the knife and the spoon remain since history started because they're simple to use and they serve a purpose. The same thing we need to look, and the same idea I apply all my life on everything that I do. The things that they are simple, that they require a direct approach, they always work. When you go around and around, the things don't work because too many things that are in the middle that they create the problem. Medicine is being taken by the politicians as a scapegoat. They know that doctors are a bunch of cowards and they are not going to defend medicine. They know that they can go ahead and intrude in the private lives of the patients, that they don't have any defense because they don't have knowledge enough. Then they lie. And those lies in the cowardice of the American medicine physicians is creating an issue that is going to end with a disaster of medicine in the country. We cannot allow that. Or we need to organize the doctors and we need to organize the system. Or otherwise, we need to listen and get the people involved to defend medicine, or otherwise they're going to pay for the rest of their lives. One of the things you need to understand is why I talk about term limits. If you have a politician that needs to be reelected every 2 years or every 6 years, whatever the position is, these politicians are going to lose their time only doing a research to which people are going to get under their pocket to be able to collect money to be reelected. So they lose all the time trying to do collections and trying to do research of the specific people or a specific private interest so they can get money for the next reelection. That's wrong. We cannot have that. We need to have a politician who wants to serve the country. Individuals who are interested with a simple mind for a simple problem created in his society that they need to correct it. That's why they don't need more than 4 years. If you need to go and put air on the tire of your car, and that's your tax, that's your task then you go, put air, and continue your trip. That's what a politician is to do. Go to the Congress, serve for 4 years, deliver what they promised to the constituency they are going to do, and then leave. And then live with the laws that you created. The next thing that we need to remember is longer the politician is in place, more corruption is going to create. Yes. Why? Very simple. They develop friends. And which type of friends they develop? The powerful friends, powerful industries that they want something special for them. The people that against term limits, they always say, well, that's the way to legislate. No, that's the way to get corrupted. Okay? If you offer to me something and I sell you saying, I am going to do this for you, if you do that for me, then I'm already corrupted. So that is what needs to avoid. If we avoid these politicians to get knowledge of interests in powerful companies or powerful friends, then this individual, yes, will not know too much about legislation, but you know what he's going to do? He's going to pass the ideas that he went to serve the country. Those ideas, they don't need anything big. They need time, consume, that's it. The second element that you need to understand is if a politician goes and you need to remove a politician. The machine in Washington right now to remove a politician is impossible. They are inbred on the system. But if you give them 4 years, and if they're really good, they can correct another 4 years, then these people are going to know that they're going to live with these laws, and the promises are going to be carried because they are intelligent people, they are responsible people who's going to serve the government. At the same time, they're going to bring new ideas. Look at the ideas that they have, these politicians. They talk about abortion like primary things in the world. They talk about attack to the women all the time. They talk about racism all the time. They talk about, why they don't talk about jobs? Okay?
Great
why
point.
They don't talk about the things that needs of the people? Why they don't go and say, hey, we have a problem. I went to buy a steak around 5 years ago. It cost me $2. I go and buy the same steak now and it costs me $6. Okay? And then they go, oh, we're helping the middle class. No, that is ridiculous. They're destroying the middle class. They're creating two different tiers, the real poor and the real rich. Now, the real rich never will be affected. They are people with intelligence, with a tremendous amount of business, so they're going to be protected. But the ones that are not going to be protected, the middle class, once you destroy the middle class in a country, you have no access to solutions.
Think about why they do that. If they keep everyone down and they destroy the middle class, you now have a voter base, and that's sick. The sources that Dr. Bonatti was quoting from were from The New Republic, America's Quarterly, The Washington Post, World Issues, and Restart Congress. So that ends this segment of American Medicine Today.
It does.
And
Let's be official about
what's
it.
New in Medicine Today with Alfred Bonatti, MD.
Well, it looks like we're nearing the end of the program, so we wanted to talk about the American Medicine Today TV show, which will air on WFTS ABC 28 this evening at 7 p.m., and we normally have little bits and pieces from Jeff Wagstaff. Every once in a while, there's a photo that comes up of Ethan Euchre.
Hooray!
And we discuss more issues, and we definitely discuss Obamacare and how it's affecting our healthcare system. If you or someone you know is suffering in pain, reach out to the Bonatti Spine Institute, 855-267-0482, or visit the website at Bonatti.com. We'll see you again next week, noon to 1 on News Radio 970, WFLA.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
The Bonati Spine Institute is proud to announce more than a 94% patient-reported success rate in over 45,000 patent-protected spine surgical procedures. Call us today at 855-267-0483 or visit us at bonati.com.
All my pain is gone. Gone. Today I am totally pain-free. Nothing. No after effect.
I'm pain-free, and I have had to take any pain medication.
Today I am pain-free for the first time in over a year, and it is so awesome.
I only wish I'd known about it earlier. Right now, I am completely without pain.
Sitting here in this office right now, pain-free, eager to enjoy the rest of my life.
I am feeling great.
I feel 100% better, like a new person.
Today I feel absolutely fantastic. It's just incredible, the relief I feel right now.
Today I'm completely pain-free.
During the procedure, I literally felt the pain melt away. It was fantastic.
I feel so good.
It took care of my headaches instantly.
It's incredible. It's really incredible.
It gave me my life back.
It's just wonderful.
I feel fantastic.
It is just absolutely amazing.
So I'm hoping to be climbing hills in a few weeks.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.